Before the season had started, myself and my co-host Hal predicted how the championship table would finish come May 2023. And today we're going to see how our predictions are doing so far. I can't look. Welcome back to the channel, and when I come up with this crazy idea that no one has ever done before...
So we're going to go back a few months and see what we predicted.
To you watching, I am so sorry, okay?
At the start of the season, I did my usual predicting the championship table, which is one of the stupidest things to do in football. Honestly, that league is just ridiculously hard to predict, and yeah, I'm not looking forward to looking back at these.
Do you know who was the first person that didn't want to record this video? Hal Stewart. Welcome to the stream, mate. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm all right. Yeah, I don't like predictions, so I'm not very good at them.
No, you're not. And we're going to see in a second how bad you are.
You know, and what we should just make you aware of is I haven't got a clue. Nick's done all the heavy lifting, as he often does, and I'm going to surprise myself, I guess, at the same time as you when Nick reveals.
Well, you don't know. You might have done really well. You know that you've not done very well in some.
I can remember some of my predictions in the start of the season for the championship. Yeah.
But what I will tell you, what I've done is the difference between each position. So we're going to have a number at the end for each of us, how far we were away in total. Right, shall we start from 24 or shall we start from 1?
24. We'll go from bottom to top. I like your honeymoon.
Do you know what? I'm glad you said that, because even if you just said first, would have been doing it from 24 to top anyway. Okay. So first and foremost, bottom of the championship. Me and Hal went for Rotherham and Rotherham. 24th. I think a few weeks back, when Paul Warne was still the manager, I think that we both would have been a little bit shifty looking at this one. But it's seeming like it's going to be about right.
Yeah, you might recall I predicted that Paul Warne would leave, that the Blades game against Rotherham would be postponed, that we would lose at home 1-0. I got it all right. I just got it all... No, I didn't know any of that. And I think that I thought Rotherham would, as you said there, struggle just because of the squad and they don't have the financial muscle of many of the others. I did think Paul was a really, really top manager for them. And I think it's a shame for Miller's fans that he actually left.
So in 23rd place, second bottom of the championship, I went for Birmingham City. You went for Wigan. Birmingham City, I was 6 places out. You was 1 with Wigan. So currently, you're doing better than me.
Thankfully, Wigan Athletic have been, as predicted, Wigan pathetic.
They have rock bottom of the league. And do you know what? I thought they were going to be a little bit better. So moving on to 21st, we have got Reading and Birmingham City. Now, I'm nearly as bad as you with Reading, but not quite as bad. So as you already know, Reading have done a little bit better. I've gone for Reading and I am 8 places out. Birmingham City, on the other hand, you've got 4 places out.
Partridge shrug, like just even the 2 clubs. Like.
Yeah, let's move on to 20th place then in that case. Cardiff City and Blackpool, both very, very close with this one.
I actually asked a Blackpool fan to help me out, didn't I, the other day, with some team information, and he said he would and he never did. So I now want Blackpool to be relegated to the Ensley League Division 9. So I'd like to see them a little bit later, further down.
Yeah, you said friend then. I don't think he's a friend of yours anymore.
You're right.
19th place, I've gone for QPR and you've gone for Sunderland. Would you like to explain yourself?
Yeah, absolutely. I thought they would be 19th.
Very well done. And just roll the clip right now.
I don't think Sunderland, a lot of people saying, oh, they're going to just carry on this crest of a wave, you know. Yeah. I don't think Sunderland have enough about them.
I think this season they are going to go flying through. I think they're going to be in the playoffs early on and drop out.
Talking rubbish.
Next one, we've got 18th place, and I went for Bristol City. You went for Hull City. Another shrug. Are we really that bothered?
And he spent a bit of cash, Hull, and Estupiñán has looked like a decent striker, but you're right, shrug.
We're both very close. Next up, 17th place, and I went for Hull City. You went for Cardiff City. Yet again, very, very close. I am 1 place out with Hull, and you are 3 places out with Cardiff. And I'm sensing a little bit of a theme here where I'm closer than you are.
Ah, shut up. I think if people stop watching the video right now, I think that would be perfect, because I'd imagine that at no point later on do I make any glaring errors.
Yeah, well, the next one, 16th, we
Ooh.
both went for Preston North End, so we both made a glaring error there. Both 6 places out, which I think is actually quite big.
It is in a league season, but as I'm going to repeatedly say, hasn't finished yet. So there's still a part of me that thinks they could drop like a stone 10 places, because they do sometimes struggle to score.
Blackpool and Bristol City, we keep coming up with the same teams. We know who's going to finish towards the bottom, really. Everybody knows. And these
Your
two teams...
Blackpools, your Bristol Cities.
Absolutely. And you were 4 places out with Bristol City. I was 7 places out with Blackpool. So you are closely getting up my backside. 14th place. I knew that.
Never say that again. And also, you know what? When we did these at the start of the season, I don't recall you saying, by the way, Hal, midway through the season, I'm going to call you on these and see how well you've been doing. That was never part of the discussion. It was start of the season, end of the season. Where's this come from?
So 14th place, I've gone for Blackburn Rovers. You've gone for QPR. This is a big faux pas on my part, because Blackburn have done way better than probably most people expected, me included. I'm 11 places out. And you are 2 with QPR.
All those wins would be draws, and they just don't draw games. So that's obviously what your thinking was. I'm being kind on you.
Thank you, Hal. That's very nice, because I've thrown you under the bus with this video. So I appreciate you being really nice.
And even the very first video we've ever did. I think that from back then, I never have a clue.
13th place, I went for Stoke City. You went for Coventry City. For fans of the prediction videos, what is it, Hal?
Battle of the Cities.
Exactly. You knew it all along. 13th place, Stoke City, Coventry City. You are 1 out with Coventry. I am 5 out with Stoke. And that's probably the furthest out anyone's going to be with Stoke in this video, I think. But we'll see. Let's move on. 12th place, Swansea City and Blackburn. You've gone for Blackburn. You didn't have any sort of inkling that Blackburn were going to be good either, did you?
Neither did John Dahl Thomason.
I don't think you did either.
No. This entire championship season has been, as young people would say, a madness. And there's a lot of teams that are, I think, punching well above their weight and aren't really, when you certainly look at the stats and the numbers, and you're not just looking at wins and losses, and really that's all that matters, obviously. But there are teams that are outperforming things like their XG. And not that I know anything about that.
11th place, and I think a lot of people thought that Huddersfield were going to be slightly better than what they are. But yeah, Huddersfield obviously doing a lot worse. Luton Town doing a lot better.
I got a question for you. Worst away grounds in the Championship, arguably in league football, I think is
Huddersfield Town.
I think is Kenilworth Road. Do you have anything that you would say that would dispute that?
No, definitely not. We've both been before we met and when we did meet to Luton Town, and it's still as bad as it was all them many years ago.
Yeah, the fallout after Luton was certainly interesting. I mean that from you and I on Twitter. I don't mean some like nuclear thing. I don't know if anyone would notice.
You and I on Twitter? Don't bring me into this.
All right, me.
You getting many threats over Twitter, but we both, I think, said some unsavoury things about Luton Town.
When you got 4 at the back, we're conceding opportunities left, right and centre.
To Luton.
Luton
Town.
To Luton.
I didn't even know it was a real place.
It doesn't look like a real place, really, does it?
Oh, I can't. I've got a very good friend who's a Luton fan. We can't be disrespecting him.
10th place, I went for Sunderland. You went for Huddersfield. I got 2 places away from Sunderland's current finish. It's not a finish, is it? If it's current, it's not a finish. You went for Huddersfield. Again, we both thought Huddersfield were going to do slightly better than what they are doing.
Can I point out that it says Sunderland, which of course is the way that people from Sunderland say Sunderland. However, the blame is not with you. For those that don't know, Nick, on this one occasion, we decided to rehire Bobby in the background.
Harsh.
I'm
Harsh.
joking.
However, Bobby's never going to watch this.
Yeah, there is
So,
that. There is that. Yeah. So
let's
it's
just blame Bobby and move on.
100%. Bobby.
Shall we see?
Son of them.
Shall we see if we get a DM after this from Bobby? Now let's move on and talk about 9th place. I've gone for Coventry City. You've gone for Millwall. I honestly think that Coventry would be a lot further up the division if they didn't have all those games at the start of the season away from home and not being able to play at home. But currently, I am 5 places out with Coventry. You are 3 places out with Millwall doing better. Anything to say?
Just that I think it's really weird that we're both wearing the same shirt and we haven't mentioned it.
Yeah, it felt like the elephant in the room or the fluorescent elephant in the room, didn't it?
Yeah, they look different due to the lighting that we've got. They're actually like 2 totally different shirts.
Yeah, they do. Yours is a proper one, though, isn't it?
Oh, you know me.
8th place. I've gone for Millwall. You went for Millwall in 9th place. However, that is not the thing on the screen right now that we care about, because who did you go for in 8th place?
Now, in my defense, Vincent Kompany didn't start that well in his previous job. He eventually got his head around things. And I thought Burnley would start, a little slow and not really do that well. And, he might go to Everton and they might implode. 8th.
You said about him getting his head around things. That might be quite difficult because he's got such a large head. Sorry about that, Vinny. Vinny's definitely watching this video right now. I'm sure he is. But I think he'd rather me say he's got a big head than you say that they're going to finish 8th. Because that is a terrible prediction and you should be...
Go on.
I'm going to say something really bad there. Let's move on. 7th place. I've gone for Luton Town, which, Hal, is absolutely 0 places away. They are 7th. I've predicted them 7th. Hopefully they stay 7th. And I'm going to stop saying 7th now. Who did you go for?
West Bromwich Albion. And I think we could all agree that on paper, a 7th place squad.
Let's talk about 6th place, because I've gone for West Brom. Again, not too far out, only 3 places. You've gone for Swansea City, not too far, 9 places.
Ooh, yeah, 9 places, not great. Not great. I really thought they were going to turn around this season. Not happening.
Yeah, let's move on. We don't care about Swansea City, do we? We've already beaten them in the last minute. Off you go. The crazy thing about this prediction is that we both went for Middlesbrough, as you can see on screen right now. Middlesbrough were in the bottom 3 for large parts of the start of the season. And now they are indeed 5th. So we both got them absolutely bang on. However, you did say in the video that Chris Wilder was going to be leading them to a 5th place finish. Won't be, will he?
Well, it's not his fault. He didn't sack himself.
No, but he knew very well, did he?
Oh, you leave him in charge. There's no danger to finish 5th. He knew what he was doing. It was the slow turn, like an oil tanker. But when it's righted.
4th place, Sheffield United I've gone for, and you've gone for Stoke City. Now, I'm only 2 places out, Hal. You, my friend, are 14 places away. 14.
Yeah, but let's focus on the real story
14.
Here. Okay. I obviously...
14.
We haven't seen Sheffield United yet. I obviously believe in my team more than you. So that's the real story.
3rd in the league. We both went for Watford. And do you know who's 3rd right now, Hal? Blackburn. We are both 1 place out because Watford are currently 4th in the division. Now, 2nd place, I went for Norwich City. I am well out.
Mm-hmm.
Well out. 9 places I am out.
Moron.
Sheffield United you went for. Where are they currently, Hal?
2nd in the table. Hal knows ball. And you are reading comics if you think Norwich City are getting anywhere near 2nd. Wearing your Norwich coloured shirt.
I think you're absolutely right, Hal. So let's see who you've gone for to win the division.
And yes, we are wearing the same shirt.
This is awkward.
No, it isn't. There's loads of season left.
This is awkward.
But those Norwich boys who are just castigated, they're on the charge. They're on the rise. You just watch out. You don't put a canary in a mine for no reason, because when there's light at the end of that tunnel, it's Norwich City's tunnel. I don't know what that means.
Okay, no problem. Well, Norwich are currently 11th,
Shut
so
your
I
face.
can't imagine them finishing first right
I
now.
want to hear an equally rousing speech about Burnley after I've just said that about Norwich.
There's absolutely no reason for me to give a rousing speech about Burnley because Burnley are 5 points clear of Sheffield United at the top.
Oh, you
of
sound
the
so
division.
happy about that. Who do you even support?
I absolutely don't support Burnley right now, but I am
Have
very
you
happy that
purposely... Yeah.
for this 20 minutes of talking about this, I am happy that Burnley are top of the league, and I am happy that they are absolutely bang where I expected them to be because you, my friend, you went for 8th.
Season's not over. Season's not over. Talk to me at the end of the season.
So how many points out do you think you are over the full 24 positions?
14.
What?
I haven't got a clue. Give me an idea and then I'll do that.
You were
again.
14 out with Stoke. So all together with all the teams, how many do you think you're out?
Give me a rough idea. Give me some choices.
Okay. So I'll just tell you. I finished with 96. You finished with 120. So you were 120 positioned out over 24 clubs.
I'm just going to say it. That feels like a lot.
Yeah, and 24 positions out than me. So how do you feel about that?
I would like to take you back to a conversation we had at the start of the season where I said to you, I don't like doing prediction videos. Can I not do prediction videos?
And as you said earlier on, Hal, the season is not over yet. So by the end of the season, you could have 0. You could have everyone you could have got right. It's not going to happen, but you could have everyone absolutely right. Well, except for Norwich. Norwich are really, really bad.